yourself comfortable. You can close the eyes if that feels good. And just find a lengthened spine. So whether you're upright or in child's pose or down, just find that lengthened spine. And let that silence and that stillness start to kind of seep into your environment and into your internal world also. Maybe here you check in if your fingers or your face, your jaw, very crown of your head, your hairline, if any of those areas can start to relax. And just a gentle, loving reminder to you all that we'll really work to release perfection today and in this practice. Maybe it's just for the hour, and that's okay, but we will work relentlessly at releasing that perfection and instead just really resting in presence and peace in that presence. You'll take a full breath here in through your nose, make it really big, feel it expand all the way across the chest. Maybe open the mouth here and let it go. Oh, nice. If you feel like you need one more like that, open the mouth and let it go. Good. Keep softening. Continue reminding yourself that this is oftentimes one of the hardest parts of the class. Let's move into a little bit more of a focused breath here, or what I like to call a conscious breath. We'll simply use a little bit more of our belly, specifically the diaphragm, this muscle, to assist in our breathing. Okay, so you'll take a big inhale, completely unrestricted. You'll think about letting the belly fill, and then exhale, let the belly come down. Good. We'll do that again. Inhaling deeply. You're going past the chest all the way to the belly. And then exhale, belly falls and pull the navel in. Nice. Let's go for three more. Inhaling and exhaling. And these lengthened breaths. Just see how they feel. Two more. Inhaling and exhaling. Enjoy this last one on your own time. Good. Really nice. You can keep your eyes closed here. We'll take one last breath here in unity before we kind of get into a little bit of movement in through your nose. Make it really big. Feel your whole body lift. And then kind of a big sigh out. Ah, nice. Good. So wherever your hands are placed right now, I just want you to squeeze. So mine are on my knees, so I'm going to start squeezing there. If maybe the palms are up, you can start kind of creating a little fist, but just start kind of bringing the sensation of touch and feel back into the body. And then you can start to kind of take those squeezes a little bit lower, maybe to the shins or however you are in your position. Just start to kind of wake that body up. Good. Wherever those hands are, and then you can begin to lift them and circle out through the wrist. Let the fingers kind of flare open and then maybe tightly close again. No rhyme or reason to this. Really nice. And you can start to make your way to an upright position if you're not there already. Okay, you can just join me. Doesn't need to be in a perfectly crisscross shape, But then from here, taking it really easy, you'll just pull the spine up. So really tall here, hands are on the knees. Let your chin tuck down. And let's just hold that for a moment. Nice. You'll start to take your gaze up toward the ceiling. If a little arch in the back feels good, you could do that. Take one more breath. Nice. And then on your exhale, start to tuck the chin. Now we're going to involve a little bit more of the spine. So I kind of want you to think cat spine here. So I'm going to even roll a little forward, hollow out through the belly. Like I said, just adding a little more of the spine. And then let's go through that cow shape, inhaling, taking the gaze up, but this time kind of sending our body a little forward. Let's go one more breath. Good. And then exhale. And there's our seated cat. Inhale, pull the chest through. And exhale, tuck. Good. Come back to this, just that nice neutral spine here. Elbows can relax, arms don't have to be rigid. We'll let our right ear drop down to our right shoulder. And in fact, pull that right shoulder down and away. Nice. You'll take that left hand and just extend it down and out, so at a diagonal. And then maybe bring the right hand to gently pull on the head. And I don't really like that word pull. It's not so much a pull, it's just really the weight of the hand offering a deeper stretch here. And let the face relax, maybe those lips part. Good. And then you can gently release the hands, maybe the chin tucks down as we roll to the other side. So now left ear comes down. You'll send the right hand out at a diagonal, and then maybe take that opposite left hand to offer a deeper stretch. Might not be what you need, and that's okay. You can make choices that feel good for you. This is a great time in the class to notice, like, what are my energy levels like? Where am I tense this evening or this morning? Whatever time of day it is for you. Good, y'all. Let's start to bring those hands back in. You can just return to that upright position. Give those shoulders a few rolls, maybe backwards first, and then take it the other direction, just rolling them forward. I also love a little swim of those shoulders. Good. We'll get into a few reaches here. So into the side body, into those shoulders. Hands can come down beside you. Inhale, sweep them up nice and high. We'll carry them down through center if that feels okay. We're going to do that just two more times. Inhaling, reaching, starting to make this connection with breath and movement. Exhale as they lower. And then here's your last one. Full breath in. Exhale, hands come down. Nice, y'all. Thank yourself for being here. Let's reach those arms up. Full inhale. Right hand can come down. Left arm's going to reach over. Just a classic lateral stretch here. So it's a really small movement. You actually won't come all the way back up. I just want you to think inhale, create a little space. Exhale, back over. Inhale, little space. Exhale, back over. Nice. Last one. And then exhale, hold that maybe that deepest part. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep those arms up, and exhale, other side. Left hand roots, right arm reaches over. Good. Create a little space with your breath in, and then exhale, maybe going a little deeper. 2 more like that. Last one. Good. Arms will sweep up nice and high. You'll twist to your right. So that left hand's finding your knee. Right hand will come behind you. Just think a nice broad upper back here. Maybe guiding that chin over your back right shoulder. Really nice. And then think nice and big with the arms. You'll inhale, sweep them up. Now, before we switch, goddess arms. So opening up here through the chest, pull the elbows to ribs. Inhale, big reach. And then we twist to that opposite side. So this time bringing left hand behind you. Using that breath, especially in our twist, to go a little deeper or just make the movement a little more controlled and also safer. You have one more breath here. Nice. And again, think big with the arms. You'll inhale, reach them high. Goddess arms. So exhale, squeeze. We're going to add that together. Inhale, arms reach. Right hand comes down, left reaches over. Inhale up, other side. Exhale, inhale up, twist to your right. Don't feel rushed here. Inhale, lift, goddess arms. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale up, exhale, twist left. Inhale, lift, and goddess arms. Let's go one more round. Inhale, arms come high. Right hand falls, left reaches. Find your breath. Inhale up, other side. Exhale over. Maybe a little deeper. Yes. Inhale, lift. You're twisting right. Inhale, goddess arms. Big squeeze. Wake up those arms. Lift and twist. We have one last goddess arms. You'll lift high. You'll squeeze. Inhale, arms come high. Hands come down through center. Take a moment to just kind of rest with that little bit of heat building there. Big inhale through the nose and let it go. Beautiful. Let's continue while we've got a little warmth. And the pups are being good right now, so I'm just going to leave sweet, sweet Pookie here. All right, let's move into our tabletop position. Hopefully you all can still see me okay. All right, tabletop position. Let's start to just wake up those hands. You all know I'm a big fan. If you even want to sit back on the knees to do this, I like adding a little bit of that weight to the wrists. So take a moment here, start to tuck the toes. You could even shift forward and back here. Really nice. Now from here, nothing too wild. Land in that strong tabletop. Back of your neck is long. Right leg will kick back behind you. Offer some movement to the ankle. Some big movement, especially if you stayed in a tight cross-legged position. Give that ankle just some good movement. Let your toes just come down, shift that weight back, and we'll get a little calf stretch here. And then see if you can move smoothly into your bird dog. So shifting forward, lift the right leg, lift the left arm, check in with your balance. You'll take a full breath in. We're holding strong. On your exhale, think small. It doesn't have to be huge. You'll start to pull knee toward the left elbow, and there's your cat spine. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. And we're going to go one more time. Nice and slow. Big exhale. Good. Find your bird dog position. You'll hug the heel to the glute and maybe reach this left hand back for it. Now, you could have no connection today or not. It's okay either way. If you have tight quadriceps, you will definitely feel this one, as I am. Keep focusing though. Take one more big breath. Nice, no flinging here, okay? But you'll gently release and you're sending that right leg out to the side. So it'll kind of look like this. I'll just turn to face you all and you'll find a little shift here, forward and back, getting into that inner right thigh. Good. If you feel like you need to pause anywhere, you can. From here, you'll start to shift into those hands. So we want to be about 90 degrees with this back left knee. You're going to walk those hands left. Let the left hand actually come down all the way. Right one goes high. You're pressing your hips forward. Yeah, good. And we should feel a nice opening here through that right hip flexor. Try to stay anchored through that right foot. And then just because we're having a little fun, shift more weight into your left hand. You might need to walk it out, and then you might lift that right leg. Yeah, nice. 3, 2, And one, you'll lower the leg, you'll walk this right hand and then left to center, pull that knee in, take a little child's pose. Pull those hips back. Nice. Good. We'll do the other side here in just a moment, but for now, let your hands root down to your mat. You'll inhale, shift forward into this modified plank. So go past that tabletop and find yourself just in this strong plank alignment. You'll gently lower down just a little, strong press up, and then exhale, take it into that child's pose. Two more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, strong press. Exhale, take it back. You can go one last time here at your own pace. I'm only lowering down like halfway, maybe even a quarter for me this morning because it is early for me. And take it back. This time, land in that strong tabletop position. Everything locks into gear. Send the left leg behind you. Circle out that ankle. Remember, we're trying to avoid this huge arch in the back and instead find core activation. Good. Let the toes just tap down, shift it back, and you'll get that little calf stretch. Steady, one more breath. Nice. And then again, seeing if you can shift. So maybe even starting to peel that right hand up, shift forward, and there's your bird dog. Take your inhale, bicep by ear. Exhale, knee and elbow. Try to find a connection underneath you. Inhale and extend. Exhale, squeeze. Just doing the best you can. Two more. Nice. Last one. Could be a little ahead or behind. Good. You'll come back to that extension, heel hugs to glute, maybe reaching back. And again, if you can't quite make the connection, that's okay. Still actively pull that heel to your glute, just using the hamstring. Really nice. Good. One more breath, opening up. You'll start to release. Remember, no flinging. You'll send that left leg beside you. So I'm just turning so you all just have a better angle to view. Left leg extends out, and you can start to find those little rocks here, side to side. I guess not so much side to side, but forward and back. Good. Really nice. The next time your weight is shifted into those hands, you can start to walk them right hand, whether it's the full hand or maybe just fingertips, anchors down beside you. Try to get it all the way beside you, not in front. And then you'll sweep that left arm high. If you then need to scoot your foot up a little bit, like I needed to there, you can do that. See if that left hip can press forward. Chest opens up a little bit to the sky here. Nice. And again, just because we're having some fun, control. So pull the navel in, walk that right hand further out, shift the weight, and lift that left leg. Lift, lift, lift. You can do it. Drive through the heel. Three, two, and just smooth it out. Foot comes down, left hand kind of windmills, and then you'll find that child's pose, pulling your hips back, really lengthening out the arms. Good. We're gonna move into our downward facing dog, and we're gonna get a couple sun salutations, and we'll keep flowing, okay? So shift the weight into the hands, nice big palms, toes are tucked, and we'll send those hips high. We'll just acknowledge that the first one is the first one. Right, it's gonna be a little tight, and we're gonna just lean into that. We're gonna just lean into the tight hamstrings, maybe even our ankles feeling a little tight. And then just like we did at the very beginning of class, where we found some space with our breath, that's what I want you to think here. So inhale, loosen up a little bit in your down dog. Exhale, drive the heels to the mat and pull the head in between the arms. Inhale, soften. Exhale, sharpen that up. Last one, big exhale. And then just hold if you can. Nice, you all. We'll see this again, but for now, start to walk those feet toward the top of your mat here. Go slow. Take an inhale to half lift, and then exhale, melt it down. Let's go one more time with our half lift. We're using that breath to really create some space. Exhale, let it go. You can pause in that fold, making sure that all of the weight's not just resting in our heels. See if you can even that out. Send some to the balls of your feet. And if you want a little sway or your rag doll, you certainly can do that. Nice. All right, friends, let's make that journey all the way up. So walking those hands maybe up, the legs coming up safely. When that head starts to come all the way up, arms can sweep, full inhale, and then hands can come down through heart center. You can let them just rest. If you feel like you need to take just like a little sway, you can do that, or a sip of water. We're going to go through our Surya Namaskar B variation, okay? But we are going to slow it down just a bit, and I'm going to add just a little to it. I'll help you with this. We are going to see some chair poses definitely in this, but then as the class goes on. So my suggestion is maybe take the first chair pose, not super deep. Like if you want to be like way down here, you can, but we'll have a few of them. So maybe that first one's just like this, right? Like maybe it's just a little bend and not like here. All right. When you're ready, top of your mat, give those shoulders a nice roll down. We've got a good foundation. Those feet are firmly planted, hip distance apart. Just to get us started, arms sweep high, big inhale. Hands come down through heart center. You'll inhale, chair pose. So inhale, arms lift, and you'll take that little bend through the knees, pressing the hips back. Good. Pull the navel in, one more big breath. Dive it down and fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. You'll step back through a plank or maybe a modified plank. Like this morning, I'm loving that modified plank. So knees can come down. You'll take your chaturanga. So heart leads, elbows are by the sides of the ribs. Inhale, opening up to maybe upward facing dog or baby cobra. And then when you're ready, pressing back into your downward facing dog. Please break that up or even skip it if it's not what you need. Your right leg is going to lift. I want to encourage you, it's not about how high, just create space in your body. You'll step the foot to meet in between the hands and then rise with control to warrior one. So I'm going to spin and hook my heel down and those arms reach up. Nice. One more big breath. Good. Now this is where I'm kind of adding something different. You're going to step your back left foot up to meet the right and find chair pose. Arms stay high. Nice. Big inhale. Stand tall. Hands can relax. Ah. When you're ready, chair pose. Inhale, sink the hips. Strong legs here. Good. One more big breath. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back here. So strong arms keep you grounded. Maybe you want to try this one on the toes. Take that strong vinyasa. Inhale, open up. Remember, it's still a slow flow. So segment it out if you need to. And then send it back to down dog or maybe a brief child's pose. Good. Left leg here begins to lift. Not about how high. Guide the foot to meet in between the hands. You might want to knee down first. You'll open up, or not so much open, but a lift into warrior one. So back heel has hooked down. Can we pull that low belly up and in? Nice. Good. Okay, concentrate on staying low as you transition into that step to chair pose. So when you're ready, sending that weight forward, controlled step, there's your chair pose. 3, 2, stand tall and relax. Ah, nice. Okay, last one. Inhale, chair pose. Here we go. Sink those hips. When you're ready, dive it down. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back into your plank, whatever variation that is. And you can take your chaturanga, your vinyasa, what empowers you, what strengthens you. Downward facing dog is where we're going to meet. Good. Right leg lifts. Should feel familiar. Not about how high. Core strength. Step it to meet in between the hands. Hook the heel down, that back one, and you'll lift for warrior one. Nice. When you're ready, we're going down here. Hands come down. Step the right foot back. Pause. Hold the plank and just breathe. You can do this. 3, 2, downward facing dog. Pull the hips high. Left leg reaches up. Good. Step it to me in between those hands. Hook the right heel down and warrior one. Nice. See if those hips can turn to face whatever your forward direction is. Last big breath. Dive it down. Step that left foot back. Then hold. Plank pose. Just breathe. Good. 3, 2, downward facing dog. Hips pull high. Oh, really nice, you all. Let's finish what we started. We'll walk the feet toward those hands. Top of the mat we go. Inhaling to half lift and exhale. You'll come to chair pose. Inhaling as the arms lift, the hips simultaneously lower. Maybe this one you challenge yourself, pulling back just a little more. 3, 2, stand tall and relax. Hands can come beside you. Maybe the eyes close. Check in with your heart rate. Nice. We'll keep going here. Okay, slowing it down just a bit. The whole point of sun salutations are to warm the whole body. Hopefully you're feeling that. From here, let's start to lift the right knee in toward the chest. Little bit of balance work, and I know I say into the chest, but it doesn't have to be that high. Okay, good. And then from here, when you're ready, think warrior two. So you'll step that foot back, windmill open those arms. I'm just turning so I can stay facing you all. We've got that left foot in front, right leg is straight. Good. Arms here really extend. You'll start to reach forward like you're trying to grab something, flip your palm and tilt it back. This is your reverse warrior, left hand to the sky. Loud motorcycle going by this morning here. Okay, pull that navel in. Keep that control. Past warrior two. Left arm rests, right arm goes high. Good. And this is your side angle. Really nice. One more big breath. Good. From here, find warrior two. So you'll bring yourself back up. You'll straighten that front left leg. You'll turn the toes. So now you're completely facing one direction. And then you'll dive it down for a wide-legged fold. In your wide-legged fold, just enjoy it. Shift the weight forward and back here, maybe using those hands to help you out. Good. Yeah. And then from here, start to take some little baby skandasanas, is what I like to call them. They're just lateral lunges, but just take them really small here. See how it feels to bend one knee and let the other leg get a deeper stretch. Nice. Okay, you all stay with me because I'm about to turn you around here. I'll try to get even clearer with my directions, but you won't be facing me anymore, depending on, on how you've got your setup. But just listen closely. When you're ready, find that wide-legged fold position. Hands will start to walk right. You're going to turn your right toes. So now you're kind of pointed toward the back of your face. Pop your left foot up about half the distance for pyramid pose. Both legs are straight. You're now just folding over the front right leg. You're thinking nose to knee. or forehead to knee, but it certainly doesn't have to touch. Good. You have one more big breath. Again, legs are as straight as you can get them. Okay. Then from here, use that right leg as support. Okay, lots of core strength here though. As you start to walk the hands up that right leg, find a little bend in it and then think chair pose. Step the left foot to meet the right. You're at the back of your mat. Arms here reach. Okay, keep this stance in your chair pose. Just bring your hands to heart. Okay, you're finding a little bit of a hinge forward, and then you're bringing right elbow toward the left knee for a twist. Okay, so now you don't have to connect anything here, but if you're feeling like you want to make that connection to have a deeper twist or deeper stretch, you can. Hook that elbow on the knee, make sure both are in line. Nice. Hey, stay with me, you all. We're doing great. Keep the connection. Just start to step your right foot back, lower that knee down. Low lunge, untuck. Come through center, arms sweep high. And there's that low lunge. Oh. If the arms feel a little extra today, you don't have to lift them. Good. Big breath in. When you're ready, dive the right hand down, sweep that left one up. Y'all are doing great. I promise I'll turn you entirely back around. But for now, just enjoy the change with me. Good. One more big breath. Good. You're going to guide this left hand down. It's going to come to the inside. Scoot your left foot out of your way just a touch. You're going to tuck the back right toes. You can do this. Scoot that right knee up and then think Malasana. Okay. So you're stepping right foot to meet up at the top, wide stance. Pull those hips down for your yogi squat. If this doesn't feel comfortable, right, and we want to use a block underneath us or like a little stool, or maybe even keep like hands on those knees while we build strength, we can do that. Nice. We have one more breath. When you're ready, hands can assist you. Send those hips high, maybe shake it out a little bit, and then walk your feet back underneath the hips. Inhale to half lift. So nice, you all. Exhale, let it go. Ah. We'll come to standing. Arms will reach high all the way up. Hands come down through center. You can stay where you are. So stay facing this direction. Okay, we're doing the whole thing on the other side. I'll help you though. From mountain pose, strong stance. Start to lift now that left knee in toward the chest. So just one-legged mountain pose, just your balancing mountain. Good. As slowly as you can go, really try to slow this down. Think warrior two. Start to step that left foot back, big stance. Open up through the arms. Good. And adjust your footing. Get the best stretch you can in this. Good. Nice big bend through that right knee. Arms here are long. Open through the chest. Remember, we want to keep head alignment with the rest of the body. So if we're kind of, I don't know if you all can see me, but if we're kind of reaching with the neck, see if you can pull that neck back in line with the shoulders. Reach the right hand forward, flip the palm, tilt it back. Really nice, you all. There's your reverse. Can you pull the hips lower? Yes. Really strong, you all. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, right forearm can rest as that left arm reaches higher, even overhead. Close the eyes for a moment. How does it feel? Nice. Good. From here, find warrior two. You'll straighten that right leg, turn your toes, wide-legged fold, dive it down. Maybe the second one, You pull those feet a little further away from each other, taking a really wide-legged fold. If you want to try bringing the head toward the ground, you could do that. Um, Maybe reaching for the ankles or even interlacing the hands behind you. Great job, you all. Once more, finding those little skandasanas, those little lateral lunges. If maybe this round you want to go a little deeper and actually land in that, you could. It can be a good bit of it's a huge bend on the knee. So just make sure that you're using those hands to support you or that it feels okay on the knee. And then maybe taking it into that other side, working on some mobility, lifting the toes of the lengthened leg up toward the sky, getting that huge stretch through the inner thighs. Now, from here, wherever you are, you're going to start to make your way into that pyramid pose, and that will turn you to face the front of your face again. So from here, hands will walk left. You're turning those left toes. Pop the right foot up about half the distance. Square those hips, right? So you're not open here. You're completely closed off and you're folding down, thinking nose to knee, straight legs, as straight as you can get them. And looking for a nice hamstring stretch in that left leg. We are almost there, you all. We have one more breath and control. Remember, we're thinking chair pose. So as you start to walk up the leg, find a soft bend, guide your right foot to meet it, and sink into that chair pose. Your knees are still in line with those ankles, so we don't want to jet them forward. We really want to keep pulling the hips back. Nice. Hands come to heart. You're taking a little hinge here. Just makes it a little more powerful. Left elbow this time toward the right knee. And right here would be fine. If you want to go a little deeper, you can. Taking that deep revolved chair pose. Take the gaze up. You can do this. We're not thinking about how challenging it is or what a deep twist it is. Just being present here with the breath. 3, 2, good. Shift the weight into the right leg. You're stepping the left one back. Ooh, lower down. Enjoy that twist just for a moment and then unravel. Sweep those arms high. Ooh, releasing that twist. And again, if the arms are just a little extra right now, you can definitely release them. Good. The focus here is primarily on the hips. Good. One more big breath. Left hand finds the ground. Right arm reaches high for that twist. Really nice, you all. Awesome alignment and moving with that breath. Good. We are finishing this up. Last inhale. Right hand comes down. Make some room here. So send that right foot a little wider. So that way both shoulders can comfortably rest in the space. You're starting to tuck the toes, maybe inching your knee up if that's helpful. And you're thinking Malasana for the last time. Left foot comes to meet the right. I know those legs are tired. Sink those hips. Now, if you want, I just love offering it, but if you're really working on some arm balances and like every day you're trying to build a little strength or just attempt it, hands could this could be a great entry for crow pose. Hands could come down in front of you. Remember, you're pulling those knees in. We don't want them to flare out. Use the core strength, shifting that weight forward, maybe just tiptoeing. And maybe we're just kind of enjoying the Malasana or some fun variation of it. Good. One last breath. Beautiful. And then from here, friends, we're going to straighten those legs, use the hands, and pull those feet back underneath the hips for just a nice standing forward fold. Oh, head can relax down. Good. Really nice. Good. Take your time here, starting to walk those hands up. When the crown can start to point toward the sky, you can sweep those arms up. Big inhale. Hands can come down through center and let it go. Good. Last thing we'll do standing, and then we're going to wind it down. Okay. Nothing fancy here. Arms are going to reach up. You'll take your right arm though, and you're going to sweep it under the left. And you're going to take your eagle arms or just maybe a big hug if we're still working on that wrist and shoulder mobility. So remember in this, we're trying to lift those elbows off the chest. Love this stretch for our upper back. Take a big inhale and then simply tuck the chin down. Good. And just a few moments there to drop inward. When you're ready from here, you can start to unravel those arms, big sweep of them up. Good. And then switching sides so that left arm comes underneath. Latch that up however feels good. One side, of course, will feel better than the other. But find that strong stance here. Seeing if you can find just that little tuck to the pelvis to support the low back so that way we're not like really arching through the back. Little tuck there. And then your chin can also come on down. Part of the practice where the heart rate is also coming down. So prioritizing our exhalations. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release your grip. Sweep those arms high. Big inhale. Dive it down. Exhale, fold. Last half lift. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Step it back through your plank. We'll take a final vinyasa of the class if you want it. You don't have to. Knees up or down, your call. Strong here, leading with the chest. Inhale as you lift and open the heart, and then downward facing dog. Sending those hips high, pulling those heels down. And see how it feels to just rest in stillness in this inversion. If the knees need a little bend, just give them a little bend. Good. If there's anything else you need in your down dog, you want to take another leg lift or a calf stretch or anything else, couple hip circles, you can do that. We've got about 2 more breaths. Good. And slowly make your way to child's pose when you're ready. Knees surrender down, arms reach. Maybe that forehead connects with your mat or towel. And keep resting and slowing down here. All you'll do is just create a little space through the chest. Slide your right arm under the left here, and we'll just thread that needle. Right temple comes down to the mat if you can get it there. Now, if you can't, this is when like a block or just a little pillow, a rolled up blanket, anything is your friend to give you that little support. One more breath. Good. You can start to switch. So right arm really reaches out in front of you. Left one now comes underneath. You can make this more active if that's what you're looking for by coming high onto your right fingertips and kind of keeping that head pressed in between in that little window you've created. But now is just such a great time. Close the eyes, sink back into body and breath. Oh, last inhale. Nice. You can take your time coming through child's pose, maybe for one last breath. And then you can begin to walk those hands toward the knees. If it feels nice to sit back on those knees, maybe enjoy a moment there. If not, you can come on down to your bottoms. We'll actually all meet there when you're ready. So just finding a nice, comfortable seat. You'll send right leg long. So big extension with that right leg. You'll cross the left one over top and we'll hug the knee into the chest. Nice. And you can actually tell a little bit in my posture right now, this kind of sulking in the low back area. I want you to see if you can press your hips forward and then pull the knee to you. So you're looking for that really tall spine. It does require more work. So I think that's why a lot of times we just immediately sink into this kind of poor posture. But pull that chest and spine nice and tall and open. Knee comes into the chest. Good. Right hand will stay on the knee as we prepare for a twist. Your left hand can come back behind you. If it's more comfortable to try to hook the elbow, you could do that. Maybe taking a palm up variation. We'll go one more big breath. Um, Nice. I'm just spinning so I can keep facing you all, but make your way through center, okay? And then your hands will come down to that opposite side. You'll take just a little baby bow. Now, if you want to check in with your reach, you can flex through your right foot, maybe bring your left hand toward that foot. Just see how that feels. You might notice a stretch through your right IT band. Good. Looking for a little stretch here through the shoulder. Nice. If you wanted to take it into baby grasshopper from here, you could. Just enjoying that stretch. Take your time. You can start to lift the chest, release whatever you've got, and you'll turn to face forward here and take a little butterfly pose. Oh my gosh, just a little cuddle puddle here on my mat. The other dog came. So you can take that little butterfly pose. Good. Soles of the feet together. If you feel like you want to bend the elbows and pull the heart down, you can. Maybe the eyes closed. Like I said, just winding down here. And then we can start to lift the chest. Let's move into the other side. So left leg lengthens out, big press. So we're active through the left foot. Cross that right knee over, a big hug of it in. Check in. Am I kind of sulking through my low back? Can I press up just a little more? And we'll twist. Left hand or elbow finds that knee. Right hand comes back behind you. The dogs are usually crazy at this time here, so they're being cute. Let's go one more breath. Nice. You'll come through center. Okay, hands come to now the left side. And again, I'm just turning so that I stay facing you all. And then again, you could just stay here offering this nice stretch. If you want to check in with your reach, bringing that right hand to pinky toe side, but really try to draw the chest low here. So we do that by bending both elbows generously. Nice. Yeah, really good, you all. Last big inhale. Good. You can start to bring your chest up. And then from here, plant both feet. We're about to make our way down. You'll plant both feet, hands can come beside you, and just kind of windshield wipe those legs. I also like to play tag with them so you can let one start to move and then let the other follow. One moves, the other follows. Good. And then whatever you need to do to get comfortable and prepared to come on down to your backs, you all, you can start to, yeah, lower down here and just enjoy the connection of the mat. You'll actually become really long here. So send the legs long, so you'll straighten them, maybe even making kind of like an X shape. And then those arms can reach behind you. And like I said, kind of embody this big star shape. Good. And then you can walk those feet back in, hug the knees to your chest. Good. You're welcome to find movement. You don't have to be super still here. Great. You'll let those feet plant, arms open up to a big T shape and let them fall left, taking a little twist. And then you'll let the gaze fall right. If you want to intensify this, this is actually the last stretch that we're doing, but you can intensify this by pulling your feet further away from each other and then maybe even hooking your left ankle over that right knee, still in your twist. Just like a little self-assist here. And can you surrender more to the ground, to the mat? Are you tense anywhere? Is it your face? Are you kind of squishing and scrunching up through the eyebrows? In your own time, you'll come through center, bringing those knees up and then over to that opposite side. Turn your gaze now to look over to the left hand. If you want something more, right, you can hook your right ankle over that left knee. Good. And one final breath here. Really nice. Start to come back to center. You can hug both knees into your chest here. And I'm going to encourage you to actually lift the backs of your shoulders up and then hug tightly around the knees so you become this like really tight ball. Give yourself one final or maybe a few final affirmations here, some intentions for the rest of your day or evening or week or whatever it is. Remind yourself of just how powerful and resilient you are. And then when you're ready, oh, you can let that go. You can find your final resting position of Shavasana or whatever your final resting position looks like. Remember, it's a place that you feel safe and you feel comfortable in, where you're not concerned with what you look like or if your soft and relaxed face needs to change. It doesn't. Keep softening, keep letting go, and continue being open to what the stillness and the silence is offering you. A lot of the times we've got the answers, and those answers are just resting within us. We know the direction, we know the purpose, sometimes just clouded. So we seek clarity, and we seek kind of pulling back these layers of confusion, all in attempt to just rest more in alignment with the truest, most authentic, most loving and kind and patient versions of ourselves. In these final few moments, you can keep the eyes closed. You can keep soaking up the goodness of the moment. You can continue just offering gratitude towards yourself for choosing to show up, to stretch your body, to breathe, even if maybe you didn't want to. Like maybe last minute you were feeling reluctant or just not physically 100%, and still you decided to dedicate this time to yourself. Gratitude for our bodies for all that they allow us to do and to move through this life, doing all the things that we want to do and maybe don't even want to do, but have to do. From this place, you can find some really small movements. Maybe keep the eyes closed, but those fingers can wiggle. Maybe find a little massage to the back of your head. Maybe you take a gentle swallow. If you are just so comfy cozy on your back and in this position, and you want to close the class down here, you can do that. If you're feeling ready to kind of press yourself up and just find a seat, remember, not a perfect seat, just an upright posture. We also can meet there. We'll take this final breath in unity, similarly to how we started. So finding a full inhale, a breath of clarity and of peace. Exhale, let it go. If you care to join me, bringing hands to heart center, just in this gesture of gratitude, you're welcome to. And from this place, we'll consider the forehead as we honor our thoughts and our mind, then our lips honoring the words that we choose to speak and say out loud, and finally, hands at heart to honor all that we do, our actions, in the light and the love within me. It sees, it honors, and it reflects the same light and love within each of you. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me and more importantly with yourself. Namaste.